Alright, so let's create a project. I'm clicking create new project, and we are going to create ASP.NET Core web application. So just click next, and I'm going to call this one songs list. Now we're not going to start from empty this time. We are going to start from the model view controller template. We don't need to configure HTTPS, so I'm going to uncheck that, and make sure that you have .NET Core 3.1 version selected. As I said before, if you're watching this in the future and there's a newer version, I still suggest you use 3.1 to make sure that everything stays compatible. So a project was created, and we have a bunch of folders as we have before. So let's quickly explore them and delete what we don't need. So in the www root folder, we have the library with the bootstrap. And by default, with this project, it installed 4.3 version for the bootstrap. I didn't choose that, that comes with the template. We have the folder for controllers, and we have the home controller in it, which we will of course modify. We have models folder, which has the error view model, but we don't need that one, so I'm gonna delete this. And in the views, we have the home folder, and in it we have the index and privacy views. Index we will keep because we will need that, but privacy we're not gonna use, so I'm gonna delete this view. And in the shared folder, we have the underscore layout folder, which we need. But I'm going to delete the validation scripts partial. We're not gonna be using that. And I'm going to delete the error view as well, that belong to the model that we just deleted. Let's quickly open startup.cs. And here we have the configuration method and the configure services. The configure services has the MVC template implied, meaning the application knows we are building MVC. And the configure, once again, I'm going to remove the if statement for the development, because we are going to simply use the exception developer pages. We have the routing, but we don't need the authorization, so I'm going to remove that. And the endpoints for the routing stays the same. We have the controller /action /optional ID. Now let's open home controller first. And here we have methods that we don't need. So I'm going to remove the logger as well as the constructor for the home controller that has the iLogger argument in it. So I'll remove that because we are not gonna be logging anything here. I don't need the privacy action because we are not using that. And I don't need the error action either, so I'll remove that. All I have here is, for now, the index action. Now notice that it shows an error for the models in our songs list because we have the folder, but we don't have any models there yet. We will add those in a minute. But with this, our application is set up and ready to be coded. But before we jump into the code, we are going to install Entity Framework.